So near the end of my mission, I was serving in an area called Hyde, and in Hyde, when I first got there, there had been kind of a little bit of a lull in missionary work where there just wasn't as much happening, and when we were working, we were kind of seeing part of the reason why is there's just for some reason we were just having some difficulty really with some of the people we were trying to teach and really help come into the church. And one of the women that we started teaching, her name was Tiffany, and started teaching her about the gospel. And she just loved having us over and loved learning about the church. And she was just so good. She was coming out to church, and she was really participating in the lessons. She was studying the gospel, and as she was doing these things, she had come from a really interesting past. She had lost a husband and also a daughter in a car accident that had only happened years previously. And Tiffany was only about 27 years old, and so she had undergone these really, really difficult circumstances only years before. And so we were teaching her the gospel, and it's just wonderful to testify of the ability for families to be together forever, and just the other truths of the gospel. And she was active in her other church. She played the keyboard for them, and just really loved attending with them. And so for her, it really became this difficult decision of which church, basically, should I keep going to? And she ultimately decided, okay, well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna test out going to church with you guys. I'm gonna do it for at least the next month. I'm gonna just focus on that, and we'll kind of see what happens from it. So she was just being so faithful and coming and participating, and everybody loved her. Just a wonderful, good personality girl. And the more we taught her, she just kind of kept hitting her head kind of on the well, I haven't received this answer that the Book of Mormon is true, or I haven't received the truth that this is right. And we just kept praying for her. We taught her everything. We were really trying to seek that guidance and revelation. And finally we had this impression that we should have a lesson just about gratitude. And that for part of the commitment that we left with her was for her to take time and write down in her journal just the things that she was grateful for. And later that night she called us and she said, "Elders, I did what you asked me to, and I've got great news. So much of what I'm grateful for in my life right now, I'm realizing is blessings because of the church, and blessings because if so much of these things, if it weren't for Joseph Smith, and him being a prophet, then I wouldn't have a lot of these blessings in my life right now. I know it's true." And we were so excited for her that that's kind of what it was that connected the dots for her. And later on, there were still a few things that she was having a difficulty over, and we were just praying for her. We were praying for her, and I was getting ready to complete my mission. This is my last area. I only had a couple more weeks left, and I just remember we were praying, and we had a baptismal date set for her, and the week before she's just I just don't know if I'm really ready for that. There's just a few things doctrinally that I just don't understand, or I'm not really have quite down yet before I feel like I can be baptized. And so we just said, okay, well, let's keep praying. And we were fasting for her, and we said, okay, well, let's go to the fireside tonight, and afterwards, let's see what you think or feel. If we need to change it, we totally can. And so we go to the fireside, and and she has a wonderful experience, and afterwards she's just beaming. And I'm kind of okay, I know what's coming. She just said, my two concerns were resolved at the fireside. One through what was spoken about, and then one through a conversation I had with someone after the fireside. And she's like, I'm ready for this Saturday. And so it's just amazing for her to, to be a part of her baptism, and to really see where she'd come out of so much, so many issues and so many, such heartache with her family, to being able to join the church and to be a part of that. And she is just, she's also had a lot of other health struggles. And so it's just been amazing, to be a part of that conversion for her, and to, to see that process in her.